I wanted to take this time to talk about a horror action film that has become very beloved to me over the years. Overlord, 2018. This is an R-rated horror action film that actually stars Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, and was the first R-rated movie by Bad Robot. This wild ride, set in World War II on the eve of D-Day, American paratroopers drop behind enemy lines to penetrate the walls of a fortified church and destroy a radio transmitter. As the soldiers approach their target, they soon begin to realize that there is more going on when they stumble across a sinister Nazi experiment. The soldiers discover a lab full of horrifying and grotesque experiments that blends in science fiction with terror, that are a creation of superhuman soldiers to try to get an advantage in on the war. The Nazis are aiming to create invincible warriors, but it leads to horrifying consequences, and it leads to terrifying encounters. The film lands on its action, wartime horror, and suspense, with some gnarly special effects. And it is definitely not for the faint of heart. Directed by Julius Avery, and produced by J.J. Abrams and Lindsay Weber, it's known for mixing war and horror, which anyone would know go naturally together, and makes it a more real, terrifying experience, especially knowing that Nazi human experimentation was a grim reality and their unethical practices were well documented. I do appreciate that the movie taps into the dark history that happened within Nazi Germany. It mixes with a gruesome sci-fi narrative. The shock factor of finding what they do has a lasting impression. It really sets the tone for the rest of the movie. It was filmed in the UK and used practical effects rather than the standard CGI that you see in movies today. That I do appreciate for in this day and age. There are a lot of World War II representations incorporated throughout the movie, including the name Overlord, which was the code name of the operation that launched in the successful invasion of German-occupied Western Europe. I focused in on the Normandy landings. It involved planning and execution of naval and airborne operations that would be known as D-Day. There's this first sequence in the movie, which you see soldiers jumping from a burning plane, which was done rigging a plane on a gimbal, actually blowing up the front, tilting it as it was actually falling through air, and sent stuntmen actually tumbling through real fire. The film really paid attention to the World War II details, which makes it really feel authentic. And if you enjoy war movies, action movies, horror movies, especially with the side of science gone mad, then this is for you.